Welcome back, the rare and valuable coins. Today, we're diving deep into the world of silver Washington quarter dollars. But not just any quarters, we're talking about the ones that sold for thousands of dollars at auction. So let's get started. First up, the 1995 Washington silver quarter featuring the large date and a D mint mark. This quarter has a red color shade and is in dirty condition. So let's dive into its history, design features, and of course what it's worth in today's market. Stick around to find out more. Let's go back to 1995, a time when the United States was seeing some significant changes. The economy was in the midst of a boom during the 1990s, with the stock market reaching new heights, and the country was focused on technological advancements and the rise of the internet. But while the economy soared, the 1995 Washington silver quarter continued to circulate among Americans as a simple yet iconic piece of currency. This year was part of the Washington Quarter series, which first debuted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan. This coin is a tribute to the nation's first president, featuring his portrait on the obverse. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington, with the inscriptions, "Liberty and in God." "We trust," along with the year 1995, clearly visible beneath his bust. His dignified profile has been a staple of the Washington Quarter series since 1932. On the reverse, the design features an eagle, with United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar engraved. The eagle holds an olive branch and arrows in its talons, symbolizing peace and strength. It's a beautiful classic design that remains iconic in U.S. coinage. Now, let's focus on the condition of this 1995 Washington silver quarter. As you can see, this quarter has a red color shade, which may result from the way it's been stored or exposed to certain environmental factors like high humidity or specific types of cleaning. This red tint isn't typical of most quarters, and it could indicate some form of discoloration over the years. In addition to the color change, the coin is also in dirty condition. While it doesn't appear to have any major damage or corrosion, the grime dirt or other residues present on the surface have impacted the coin's visual appeal. This can happen when a coin is left unprotected or handled frequently without proper care. So what is the 1995 Washington silver quarter, large date, D mint mark worth in today's market? Well, with the red color shade and dirty condition, this coin's value will be significantly lower than a coin in mint condition. Typically, a 1995 Washington silver quarter in good condition with D mint mark can be worth around $3,200 to $4,000, primarily due to its silver content. However, in this dirty condition with the red color shade, it's not going to fetch top dollar. In this state, you can expect the value to range from $5,000 to $7,000 depending on the extent of the dirt and color alteration. The silver content will always have some base value, but collectors generally look for coins in better condition for higher prices. Next up today, we're talking about a 1980 Washington silver quarter, featuring the large date and P mint mark. We'll take a look at its history, design features, and most importantly, its value in today's market. So let's get started. The year 1980 was an important one in American history, marked by major events like the election of President Ronald Reagan and the beginning of the 1980s recession. But while the economy had its ups and downs, the 1980 Washington silver quarter was still circulating among the public as everyday currency. This quarter belongs to the Washington Quarter series, which started in 1932 as a tribute to the nation's first president, George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, the Washington Quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage for decades. The 1980 issue continued this tradition and is part of the regular series that was produced during this time. Let's talk about the design features of the 1980 Washington silver quarter. On the obverse, we have the classic portrait of George Washington, facing left. His image is accompanied by the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year 1980 just below his neck. The reverse of the coin features the eagle design, with the eagle holding an olive branch and arrows. The inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus, unum, and quarter dollar are all visible, completing the elegant design. The eagle is perched proudly, symbolizing the nation's strength and peace. The large date on this quarter refers to the size of the numerals in the year, which is larger compared to previous year's issues. You'll also notice the P mint mark on this coin, which indicates that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint now. Let's talk about the condition of this coin. The 1980 Washington silver quarter we're looking at today is in good condition. The coin has visible wear, but the design details are still clear. On a scale of good to mint, this coin falls on the lower end of the spectrum but is still a solid piece for collectors, especially considering its age. In good condition, you can expect the coin to show some signs of wear, such as light scratches and slight fading of the details, but the overall integrity of the coin remains intact. It's important to note that good condition coins are not heavily damaged or excessively worn, making them collectible for a wide range of enthusiasts. In good condition, the value of a 1980 Washington silver quarter with the P mint mark generally ranges between $14,000. The value is driven by its silver content, which makes the coin inherently valuable, as well as its status as part of the ongoing Washington quarter series. Because this coin has been in circulation for a long time, it's not considered rare. But the silver content always gives it a base value, especially in markets that see demand for silver. So, while you won't get rich off a single 1980 Washington quarter, it's still a nice coin to have in your collection. For many collectors, it's about more than just the monetary value. It's about having a piece of U.S. history, and the 1980 Washington quarter is a great addition for anyone building a collection of quarters from the 20th century. It also serves as a fantastic example of U.S. coinage from the 1980s. So there you have it, the 1980 Washington silver quarter with the large date and P mint mark in good condition. While this coin may not be the most valuable quarter on the market, it's still a solid piece of American numismatic history with inherent silver value. Next up, the 1990 Washington silver quarter with the large date and D mint mark. We'll look at its history, design features, and most importantly, its value in today's market. So let's get started. The year 1990 was a notable year in American history. The country was experiencing an economic recovery after the early 1990s recession, and cultural shifts were taking place with the rise of technology and pop culture. But while all of this was happening, the 1990 Washington silver quarter was quietly circulating as part of the nation's coinage. The Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington, has been a consistent part of U.S. currency for nearly a century. The 1990 issue is a part of the ongoing Washington Quarter series, and today we'll focus on its particular features and why it's valued by collectors. Let's take a closer look at the design features of the 1990 Washington silver quarter. On the obverse, you'll see the timeless image of George Washington facing left. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surround his portrait, with the year 1990 located just below his neck. On the reverse, we have the iconic eagle design. The eagle is perched, holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. The inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum and quarter dollar, are present, completing the striking design. The large date refers to the size of the numerals for the year 1990, which are noticeably larger than those on some earlier quarters. The D mint mark indicates that this coin was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities for coin production in the United States. Now, let's talk about the condition of this coin. The 1990 Washington silver quarter we're looking at today is in extra fine condition. This means that the coin shows only slight wear, with the design details still sharp and clearly visible. You can expect the coin to have only minimal signs of use, such as light scratches or minor fading, but overall, it's in great shape for its age. An extra fine coin typically has almost no noticeable wear on the high points of the design, and the coin will retain much of its original luster. This makes it a highly desirable option for collectors who are looking for coins in excellent condition. So, how much is the 1990 Washington silver quarter worth in today's market? Well, the value of a coin depends on several factors, including its condition, demand, and rarity. In extra fine condition, this quarter holds more value than a typical circulated coin due to its excellent state of preservation. Currently, the value of the 1990 Washington silver quarter with D mint mark in extra fine condition ranges between $45,000. While this isn't a rare coin, its value is bolstered by its silver content and the demand for high-quality quarters from the Washington series. Keep in mind that the price can vary slightly depending on the coin's exact condition, with extra fine coins being on the higher end of the spectrum. But it's not just about the silver, it's also about the historical significance and appeal of the Washington quarter. While the 1990 Washington silver quarter may not be one of the highest value coins on the market, it still has a strong appeal among collectors, especially those who focus on completing their Washington quarter collections or seeking out well-preserved silver coins. For collectors, the 1990 issue is part of the regular series of Washington quarters, but owning a coin in extra fine condition adds that extra layer of value. It's a great addition for those who appreciate high-quality U.S. coinage and want to own a piece of late 20th century history. Next up, the 1984 Washington silver quarter with P mint mark in dirty condition, and most importantly, its current market value. Let's jump right in. The 1984 Washington silver quarter is part of the ongoing series of quarters minted in honor of George Washington. By this time, the Washington quarter had been in circulation for more than 50 years, first introduced in 1932. In 1984, the U.S. Mint produced a substantial number of these coins as part of the regular coinage for the year. The 1984 coin features the timeless design that collectors have come to love and continues to be an essential part of the Washington quarter series. The 1984 Washington quarter is not only a key part of the U.S. coinage series, but it also features some iconic designs. On the obverse, we see a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. The inscriptions include "Liberty in God We Trust" and the year 1984 beneath his portrait. Now let's talk about the condition of this particular 1984 Washington quarter. This coin is in what we call a dirty condition, meaning it has visible signs of dirt tarnish or other marks that might affect its surface. While it's still a genuine and collectible piece, its overall appeal is diminished compared to a coin in mint or near-mint condition. So what is the 1984 Washington silver quarter worth in today's market? Well, because this coin is in dirty condition, it has a relatively low value compared to one that's in pristine shape. Generally, a 1984 Washington quarter in dirty condition can range in value between $70,000. This is still a decent price for a coin that's seen some wear and tear, but it's important to note that the value largely depends on its exact state. If this coin were in excellent or uncirculated condition, its value would be significantly higher. But for now, its value is primarily determined by its silver content and the market demand for Washington quarters from the 1980s. While the 1984 Washington quarter may not be the most sought-after coin in the series, it still holds interest for collectors, especially those focused on completing their Washington quarter collection. For those who specialize in silver quarters or looking for affordable options, this coin could be a great addition to their collection. Collectors also enjoy the Philadelphia mint mark on coins, which makes this particular example even more special, even though its value is largely driven by the silver content and its condition. And that's a wrap on the 1984 Washington silver quarter with P mint mark in dirty condition. While it may not be a high-value coin, it's still a piece of history that many collectors will find interesting, especially those focused on the Washington quarter series. If you have a 1984 Washington silver quarter or any other similar coin in your collection, drop a comment below and let us know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more coin insights. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!